Hi, everybody. Welcome to the next installment of Commandos Week. This time we're going to add the Soviets to our Commando package. And we actually have a little bit different of a build. You could definitely go with kind of a traditional mid-range deck when you're adding the Soviets into the mix here with T-34s and that kind of thing. But instead, we're going a little bit different, and we're going to kind of combine naval support with some of the Soviet cards, and we'll show you how that works in just a second. So you saw Bloody Sickle from the People, but then we have 5th Brigade, and if we keep going up here, we have the 84th Infantry Regiment, and then I am lucky enough that I have the Elite, the KV-1 1941, which is just a really good card. It's a kind of a powerhouse now that it deals 2 damage when the opponent draws a card. If you have to, you could definitely go with just another 84th Infantry Regiment in that slot, and you'd be perfectly fine. But then we're also built around the Argyllshire Highlanders, and they're a limited British infantry unit. They're 3 to deploy, 1 to operate, and they're a 1/6, but it has +3 attack while it's guarded, and we have lots of guard units in this deck. So we're kind of doing 2 things. We have our Commandos package with the Crusaders and the Commandos and the Night Raids, but the other part of our deck is kind of using our big toughness units with naval support and then going after the HQ in kind of a different access than a lot of opponents are used to seeing. And we top out at 6, so we're actually a relatively quick deck for playing these kind of 2 weird combinations together. And we have a lot of cards in the 2 and the 3 slots on our curve. So by turn 4, 5, 6, we're playing double orders or double units per turn. And we can really, we're kind of like a mid-range, like we're a little bit bigger than most of the aggro decks, but we're also a little bit quicker than most of the mid-range decks, and we're still like super fast compared to control. So it's kind of this weird kind of in-between spot that we sit with this deck. So let's get Red Commandos in action. All right, so our first one up here with Red Commandos, and we're up against Doctor Who Me Yes Fart. I never get some of these names. I mean, we have kind of our little mini combo we want here with the naval support. We only have 1 Bloody Sickle and no Commandos, but hopefully we'll be able to draw into it. They're playing the Americans, so they might be a little bit slower as well. We're not up against a burn deck, which is good. So let's get a 5th Brigade out there. Say good luck to our opponent as well. See what they do. Okay, so they pass the turn, so yeah, we'll drop an Argyllshire Highlanders out there. And next turn, we're going to move these guys up, and we're going to start getting to work, hopefully. So they have a Dauntless, but we're not that afraid of a Dauntless. Yeah, we're going to move up. And we're going to pin this Dauntless. Pass the turn. See what Doctor Who has here. I mean, I'd imagine they gotta have some kind of removal orders. Alright, so they're on Americans, Soviets. Alright, so they take out our Highlander, but that's fine. Because now we're just gonna make our Highlander into a 5/5. Get an attack in at the HQ. Pass the turn. Now they might come after our 5th Brigade here, but we got our damage out of it, so see what else they got in their bag of tricks. They only have 2 more credits here, so okay, they have a farm from the People. Alright, so that hurts us a little bit, but we can do a Night Raid. Alright, we were kind of hoping to hit the bomber there. But we have some good from the Peoples coming up. So we might take a whack from the Dauntless, but that's okay. We can handle it next turn. See what else our opponent's up to here. Alright, Death from Above. They have to use it on a single commando, though, so that's what we want. That's actually really good for us. Let's go with a From the People to get rid of that Dauntless out there. Play our Highlanders and pass the turn back. We'd really like to see an 84th or a 5th Brigade here, but we'll see what we got. Okay, couple of howitzers for our opponent. That's fine. We'll bloody sickle the first one. Alright, and a commando is great, so let's put a commando out. And then let's from the people the other one. And let's move our Highlanders up, and then let's get another set of Highlanders out there. Oop, looks like we're having a little bit of a bug there. Oh, it caught up. So lots of threats out there for us. They bloody sickle our commando. So we'll see what else our opponent's got going here. I mean, next turn we have a 6/6 Highlanders in the front line. So we're a little bit more aggressive than we usually are with some of our other commando decks. Alright, so they have Marines. And thinking about it. Alright, and they have a bomber to make us a little slower on the draw, but that's okay. Right now we're going to put the Marines back in their hand. Double up our Highlanders. Get an attack in. Alright, so we take 3 damage, but that happens. Then we'll move our other Highlanders up, and I mean, we can draw a whole bunch of stuff off the top of our deck and feel pretty good. So from the people does bother us there. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, and then they have a M16 to knock us back with. But we got them down to 5 damage on their HQ, and a Crusader's good. Crusader helps here, because Crusader, and then we can put the M16 back in their hand. Alright, great. Then we'll move our Highlanders up just to give them something to think about. Then we get this KV down there, and then they're getting hurt when they draw cards too. So that's a big help. We'll see what happens here, though. We would love to get another draw so we could really exploit our Crusader advantage out here. Hopefully it doesn't get taken out by a From the People or something like that. It looks like they're a little more interested in our Highlanders right now, though. So we'll see what the Doc's got. Oh, From the People. Good play. Alright, another M16. And the Marines. Okay. Oh, shoot. That would have been really great to have with our Crusader out there. But okay, let's play our Convoy first. Okay, good. Play our KV. And then we're going to take out this bomber. And next turn, they take 2 when they draw a card. So if they have anything that draws more cards, we might win. So right now, they're in a tough spot. We don't have to attack really anymore. We can sit behind our KV and just be happy. We'd love to see a Crusader off the top. We'd love to see a Commando off the top. Another draw off the top. Anything that draws us cards we want to see here. Alright. So they have the 155 millimeter. But right now our KV survives. So if our KV survives, they're down to 1. So we just got to find a way to do 1 damage to their HQ. See what our opponent's up to. Alright, so they're thinking it over here. We got them in the tank. I think they're thinking of taking out our Highlanders, which might not be a bad play. Alright, and then they have another artillery piece. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, so what we can do here is we can drop our 5th Brigade. That protects our KV. Because they're going to go 2. Well, I guess they only can do 1 damage. Then the damage from the howitzer is negated by the heavy armor. So they can go 1 damage, so that knocks down to 5, and then these guys can do 4 damage. So I think we're going to make our 5th Brigade a little more dangerous. And We're going to pass the turn here. We could have attacked with our KV, but we really don't need to. Alright, so overwhelming force. That's interesting. I haven't seen that in action too much. But that's okay. We still have a 5-5 out there. And then they draw a card and they lose. So the KV coming through there at the end. Little unorthodox way to get a win there, but we will take it and go up to 1-0 against USA Soviets there. So be back with the next one in just a second. So game 2 here with Red Commandos. And sure, we'll keep this. I mean, this combo of Convoy and Crusaders really turn 6, but we get to draw a couple things first. So we'll just say confirm. We're up against Polychronis here, so good luck to them. Pass the turn. They're on a German deck of some kind, so probably something pretty aggressive. You never know, though. So big win there last time with the KV coming through for us, with the draw damage there. So nothing from our opponent here. So let's think. Could they be on some kind of careless talk plan with 1 credit used? All right, we're going to play into it, but alright, so no careless talk from our opponents. We dodged a little bit of a bullet there. Have our 5th Brigade out there. Going to hold the line for us, hopefully. Alright, great. The Argyle Shire off the top is perfect. Lets us play right on curve and get a nice big 4-6 body out there. Next turn we can go with another 5th Brigade and make sure that those Highlanders are very protected. Alright, Usace for our opponent gives him a 4-4 Panzer Grenadier and can still attack too, so alright, so they dive bombing just to take out our 5th Brigade. Okay, so we'll take a 2-for-1 there. That's fine, because they had to use both the pump order and the attack order. Alright, so we drop another 5th Brigade. Let's take out the Panzer Grenadiers. And we'll pass the turn. Next turn we can go Night Watch, or Night Raid. Alright, so Sudden Strike takes out our Highlanders. That's fine. They did their job. We're just trying to play up to turn 6 so we can get a nice draw 3 here. Okay. So let's go with Night Raid. And we get a Tactical Strike. That's great. Then we'll go with the Bloody Sickle on their 4 Pioneers, which I would have probably held in my hand for another turn. Alright, another Bloody Sickle. So we got 2 damage out of these Commandos there. Perfect. We have an 84th Regiment if our 5th Brigade ever gets in trouble. So we're liking our position right now. Opponent draws, see what they're up to. They got 5 credits to use. Alright, so they put out a Panzer III. Panzer IIIJ is very good for them. Okay, so we have lots of options. I think what we're going to do, though, is take out this Panzer IIIJ. Hold on to our big draw combo until we need it. So let's go with a Tactical Strike to start. See if we get lucky and take out that Panzer. We do, which is great. Okay, good. I think we'll move our 5th Brigade up to the front line because we have plenty of backup guard units for it. Then we can start getting some attacks in next turn with this naval support, or lots of different things. All right, so they're going to use the big Panzer on our 5th Brigade. So lose that one. That's a little stinky, but what are you going to do? All right. So turn 9, we can draw 4 cards, which is great. That's all we need. Let's get an 84th Infantry Regiment out there. Let's hit this Panzer for 3. Hit it for 4, which is great. We're going to hold this naval support. We could try and spin, though, and see if we can get that Panzer. Should we do that? Well, we have our giant draw turn coming up, so if we go down a card here, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's flip a coin, see what we get. Alright, so we hit the HQ, but oh well. If they do attack with this Panzer, you know, we'll definitely take it out, so that's good. We would have taken it out anyway, but we tried. We got a little bit greedy there, but they're not coming right after this 84th Regiment, so that's good. That's good news for us, to say the least. And we've seen, what, mostly German cards out of them. What's their, I can't remember what their ally is. Was it Soviets? I can't remember. Alright, so, oh, it's the Americans, that's right. So they still can't get through our 84th. I mean, we'll take out all of their stuff. That was like a 4 for 2 there, so we'll take that for sure. Alright, and then next turn we go Crusader, Crusader, Convoy. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good turn, so, well, you know, maybe not. You know what? I think what we're going to do instead is go Crusader now, Convoy now. We lose one card, but it's better to have, I think, more of these on the more Commandos and some more tempo cards in hand than to get that one extra card draw out of it. So hopefully we don't get, okay, so they have a Panzer, a big Panzer, which we'll put back in their hand. Okay, we're looking good here. We have our guard combo set up again. Let's do Bloody Sickle to start. Okay, great. Now we could go Crusader and draw 5. Yeah, that's interesting. We don't really need to do that. Instead, I think we're going to put the Panzer back in their hand and draw 1. Okay. Then we really don't need to draw too many more cards, so we're going to activate our Crusader and get some attacks in. And nah, we're going to play our 84th. Okay, so if they get us with a From the Deep, that kind of stinks, but we got it out of their hand. We still have a Highlanders, so we know they have a Panzer in hand, which makes a return appearance. Alright, they're down to 4 credits. And we can drop this other Crusader and draw a whole bunch. So play a Sherman to go along with it. Okay. Alright, and we get a 5th Brigade. So it's no 84th, but we'll take a 5th Brigade for sure. So let's see. Let's go with a Crusader. So now we get to draw 2 off of this naval power. Okay, great. Then we get a Desert Rats, do some more damage, and now you can kind of see the engine running here. And we'll play another naval or another Desert Rats just to keep things moving, keep drawing. Yep, that's what we want. That's what we want to see for sure. Another Commando out there. And then next turn, you know, if the Panzer comes back down, then we have all kinds of orders in hand to really thump on it pretty good. And then we can activate this other Crusader as well. So we're feeling pretty good at this point. So waiting to see what our opponent's going to do. They're still thinking about it over there. Lots of, we got a grip full and a board full, so we'll see what happens. But, I mean, last turn you really got to see the engine running. There are some elite cards that can really help you out, and they surrender. So we're up to 2-0. So Red Commandos feeling pretty good. They'll be back with game number 3 in just a minute. 3 here with red Commandos, and we were up against Aquarare Fox, I think. Um, hmm. We don't do much until turn 5 with this hand, but we're playing against a German player, so if they are German-Japanese burn, that's no fun. But at the same time, maybe we break our rule and play a naked commando and then get a naval power on turn 3. So we'll try this. We'll see what we draw off the top, too. That's going to make a big difference. So they pass the turn. That's great. And we get a bloody sickle, which is even better because then we can definitely play a commando on turn 2 now and then get some value out of it. So that's great top deck for us. See if they play anything here. They do. Okay, and they're going to play aggressive, so we like that. Okay, great. Well, let's get our commando out there. Let's do some damage to their anti-air flak cannon, see if we can take it out. We do, which is great, and we get to draw a card. So basically like the best of all worlds there for us. See if they're going to come after our commando. I wouldn't be surprised to see sudden strike or something here. But we really are an Eagle's Claws. Great, we'll get that out of their hand for sure. Okay, good. And then we get a Crusader too. So we have plenty of options going forward here. Just to be efficient, I'm going to use the 84th Regiment here. Then next turn on turn 5, we can go either Commando and Naval Power or a Night Raid. And then set up to drop a Crusader and a Naval Power later on. So feeling good right now. See what else we get. Alright, so they have the Arado AR-196. They don't get to draw off of it, though. Okay, and they have an SD, and they have a KD. So they do a little bit of damage to us, but not so much that we're worried just yet. Oh, I counted wrong last time. We can't go Commando into Naval Power or even a Night Raid just yet because we want to take out this Katie. I think we're going to take the front line and we're going to drop another 84th out there. This 84th is probably going to get beat on pretty good here, especially by the Katie, but hopefully we can weather that storm and then get some backup for it. We have lots of good stuff in our hand though, so Katie takes a bit of a punch there. It can punch back though against the other things that our opponent has. Alright, and they play an SU-76M, which is a very good card, but very susceptible to naval power. And right now, okay, we're kind of on a control the front line move right here. Alright, this 84th is probably going to go down here, but I think that's okay. Because right here, okay, here's what we want to do. We're going to go Commando, then we're going to put the tank back in their hand, and then if we can hit one of these 1 toughness things, that's okay. If we hit the 2 toughness thing, the 84th takes it out, so we pretty much lose our 84th here, but it's going to take some stuff with us, and it bought us a ton of time. Alright, Eagle's Claws gets our Commando, so that's a little disappointing, but 84th, standing strong, going to take at least 2 more attacks, or a tactical strike. Alright, so they bring out the tank again. Okay, great. Now we're feeling really good. How are we going to do this, though? So we only have 6 credits to use. Alright. 3, 4, move that up for 5. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to maintain control of the front line. We're going to take out the SD just to make this KD a little less useful. We're going to use the Crusader, and then we're going to pin the big tank, because that's actually more of a pain than even the KD is at this point. And we draw a card, which is a really good one. So, next turn, Hopefully, or we'll get a commando out there. Hopefully, we can nab this Katie, or we can just put it back in their hand. I'd really like to put the tank back in their hand, though. That 84th Regiment bought us all kinds of time. This one's also going to buy us some time. All right, another Katie, so it's getting a little dicey at this point. All right, and then a 109. Okay. All right, naval support. All right. What do we want to do? Well, I think we're going to go with a... Nah, we're not going to do that. We're actually going to put the Su-76 back in their hand, draw a card. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll take out one of the Cadies. Then we'll play a 5th Brigade to defend the HQ. And we'll pass the turn back. That was a pretty effective turn there. Got rid of one of their rockets, and then we also put that big tank back in their hand. Alright, so they have another tank that they can use. Okay, we'll take that though. Let's see. Okay. This Crusader's been doing nice work, but we might have to use it up at this point. First, though, let's play a night raid, see what we get. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. We drew some fantastic stuff off of that. So, Bloody Sickle on the Katiusa. Take it out. Got all of our naval supports now. Okay. Then, from the people on the 109... Excuse me. And then we're going to move the 5th Brigade up and do the same kind of trick that we did before. We have another 84th coming after it. We got Argyle after that. Alright, so they do some more self-harm with a 76. And then they have a Pack 38. Okay, no problems there. Their last card is a Reichsbank, so they could have a big turn next time. Alright, so a Bloody Sickle, take out the first cannon. Great. Alright, we're going to put the Su-76 back in their hand. Alright. Then we're going to go with a naval support on our 5th Brigade. And the Commandos take out the Pack 38. Perfect. Get an attack at the HQ in. And we're going to play an 84th Regiment. So I think you see kind of the synergies built into this one with a turn like that. On turn 9, too. We'll see that Su-76 comes back. And we could do all kinds of crazy stuff, but we're going to win the game. And get a 3-0 with Red Commandos. Oh, and we crashed. All right, well, we don't get credit for that one, so to speak, but we'll fill out our report here, and then we'll be back for the wrap-up. All right, so we're back to wrap up Red Commandos. Had to file our crash report there. Yeah, we got to do a lot of similar stuff that we did when we were playing Dark Commandos. The combination of Bloody Sickle and number 10 Commandos is a really, really strong combo. A little bit of damage, draw a card, plus an extra ping. Very strong. The naval support, 5th Brigade and 84th Infantry Regiment with the Highlanders, also a pretty good combo. You saw that in action a couple of times. The KV-1 pulling a win for us out there at the end in the first game. So this one's another one I think is pretty attainable for newer players. A lot of standard, a lot of limited cards, couple of specials in the Crusader and the Night Raid, and like I said in the opener, this KV-1 can get downgraded into an 84th Infantry Regiment, and you're still doing pretty much the same thing. So 3-0 for us with Red Commandos, and we'll be back with another one later this week. If you like our content, please consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/cardspodcast, or just following along with the podcast and all of our content on our website. But that's Red Commandos, and Commandos Week will roll on in just a little bit. Thanks a lot for joining us.